Hey, in this video I will introduce you to small part regulations and warning labeling in the United States. And this is relevant if you're selling children's products in the US. Actually, I shouldn't have started with that. But anyway, what could potentially be classified as a small part? It could be the entire product, okay, like the complete assembled product could be considered a small part. It could also be a component used to make that product. Imagine it could be something that's inside a container, something like that. It could also be a part that could potentially detach from the main body of the article, meaning that it's not always so clear cut. And this means that you need to make a rather comprehensive risk assessment to determine if there's a realistic risk that a part could detach. So the definition is actually based on the dimensions. And the purpose is to avoid strangulation. This is all about choking hazards, really. And something I also recommend is that you shouldn't really make this assessment yourself, at least not if you're launching a product for the very first time, or maybe you're not familiar with the CPSIA or children's products compliance requirements in the United States. So you should really get a CPSC accepted lab to make this assessment for you, because as you see here, it's not always so clear cut when you're trying to find out if your product is a small part or if it could potentially contain small parts. Right, so two things to take into consideration here. When it comes to the age group of children under 3 years, then small parts are banned. It's not allowed. It's not a warning label will not override this in any way. And this also applies for all children's products, not just toys. Then, if it's products considered for children aged between 3 to 6 years that may contain certain small parts, then you need to affix a warning label. So it's either the ban or the warning label. Okay, keep that in mind. So and this could change. Maybe they might change these requirements this afternoon. So don't assume that this video is up to date or anything. But it's likely that it will be something along these lines also in the future. So that leads us also to the next question. How do you classify your product? How do you determine if, I'm selling this widget, is it within the 0 to 3 year age span, or is it 3 to 6? Well, this, I would say, it really ultimately depends on if the product is commonly recognized as being intended for children of a certain age group. So this does not really, you cannot make a decision that, I'm just going to label it as suitable for, 10-year-olds. Take something like a pacifier. That's not going to work. So once again, my recommendation is work with a professional to get your product classified, because although it can be fairly straightforward, not necessarily the case. And many CPSC accepted testing companies like Kima, Intertech, TUV, and so on, they have consultants that can help you with this assessment. Okay, if you want to learn more about compliance requirements in the EU and the US, you can try out our Compliance Gate tool on this URL.